All right, Mike Simplicity, part 4. So this, the next couple of videos will probably be shorter. This is part of like a mini series, somewhat shorter, right? Because when I get to the meat and potatoes, which is common, things like the deck and the rims and the tires and all that stuff, that's a lot more meat and potatoes, and that's some fancy stuff going on right there. We'll get to that, but just like as a mini series, when you go over a machine that's big like this, that's older, 1980s. These things were really expensive. I have the plow and the big snow thrower for the front. And he has the big snow thrower. Of course, you get the bigger deck with the 3 blades. Power lift deck, power lift in the front, power steering, big peeler style transmission. It's Tecumseh brand kind of. All of this stuff. Generally, I think the base with the cutting deck was just like 10 or 11 grand. And then you add in all the rest. So this episode will be just kind of going over a few more things, finishing up some more stuff, getting it cleaned up, finishing up some fluid changes, things of that nature. I'll also finish up some of that in the next episode. And I want to drag out my Sunstar because it needs a service, transmission fluid change, or at least I think I did the filter, some oil, cleaning, lubrication, everything where in the front end you can see all these different components when I lubricate them. It's all very heavy duty, and I'll get to this in the next episode a bit more when I lubricate it. And you'll see the front end is not just a beam axle. There were all kinds of implements that went on the back of this thing. So let me stop rambling on. I can't say enough about it. Zippo knows. Right? He's got tons of them. Go check out Zippo Varga. He's got a lot of them with different configurations, and you'll see what I mean. Let's get started. All right, more joyous surprises. And I guess some of these bolts were lost because 2 different bolts. So we got this, right? Piece of tie wrap, something going on here. That's not how it goes. Let me go take a look at mine. I actually Loctited mine down. There's a video out there. Oh my God, it sucked a screw in. It got loose and sucked it in, and it got caught right back here. You go watch that video. Seriously, I'll try to put a link if I can remember. But this is weird. What's going on here with this wire? What the hell is that? Bimetal, I guess. Let's see. Anyway, let me go look at mine, see what's going on, because his throttle does not work. All right, let's see what we got. So on mine, see the cable comes in. There's actually 2 places you can put hold downs, one here and one there, which is kind of nice. And then it just comes over like this, to that spring, which we have, to here, and we're 1 hole in, it looks like, and then you can see the angle of it, and we're about mid-hole here, 1 hole in for sure, and just over to here, and there's probably a little grommet that's holding this in. That's his issue, but we might be able to do something about that. Notice how it's bent. It just comes up and over. He's got some other kind of crook in it, so let me go see what I can come up with. Yeah, we'll sort it out. All right, so while I happen to be over in this area, you see this spring here. So this spring is not factory, and it's trying to control this handle and pull it in. And I see he's done something over here with this. It looks like a lever, but I think it's actually the spring. Oops, sorry, I'm gonna hit you. So I can't tell for sure. I got to get in there with more light, but it may be that torsion spring over here is broken or not loaded right. Well, that's another story, and I think maybe we'll do that next year, but I could see what's happening. So the person that did a lot of this work, they did the best they could. It's, like the farmer rig style work. Okay, we're going to leave that for now. All right, I got this one other light on, so you might see some flickering. So what I see here is we're in idle on the console with the lever, but it's not hitting idle, okay? And I can also tell you that that screw might be in the way. But let's lift this up because I don't think it's allowed to go to idle. He hasn't had it adjusted correctly. Let's lift these bolts up, or nuts or whatever, and screws, and let me see if I can adjust it. Now it may be hitting over here, but with this plastic bushing, which looks factory, it actually does look kind of factory, although sloppy, because there's one over on this side, and this might have been added in, and it seems to be wrapped around in a weird way. Well, let's see what we can do with that. Oh, that light keeps popping off. I think we're going to have... Yeah, there's nothing holding it. We're going to have to put some hot glue on that. There we go. Let's bring the RPMs up. Let me open up that throttle a little bit. That's probably why the guy screwed it up. I'm going to drive the idle set screw in. See, some of this tuning we'll do outside, but I had a feeling that this was going to be an issue. Oh, we'll drive it in a lot more. Let's see how that goes. Bring it back down to idle. Choke is still on. Let's take a little choke off. Not bad. Pounds of oil pressure. That's great. What do we got now? About 40 pounds. That's great. 1440 to 1430. All right, let's just check everything out. I want to check the oil, check the temp. This oil's shot. It's not terrible though. One of these valves popped up. Let me see if I can get the other one. It might just pop up anyway. Yeah, she sucked tranny fluid in. All right, I'll be right there. Let me add a little bit more tranny fluid and we'll be back. Yeah, it sucked that fluid in. Let it run for a minute. Valves popped up over here. All right, we're going to want to adjust this choke lever if we can. It's still sticking out too much. So far, so good. I'm going to put a little more tranny fluid in. I'm going to run it again and check the tire pressure. All right, topped off the tranny fluid again. I think this will probably be the last time, but we'll see. Oh, I hear it leaking. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're peeing. Oh, that's rolling better already. Plus I pushed the buttons in. Let's get this out and check our filters. Make sure we have a good one, right? Correct one. and let it start draining. We'll start here. Yeah, that's warm. Oh, that's dented. Oh, somebody was fooling around. Not surprised. Let's let this pee out for a little while, and then when that's done. All right, let's get the boogers out. I already loosened it just a little bit. It's kind of tight. Oh, it's so filthy underneath here. Oh, we'll get to it. There we go. Yeah, it's warm. All right, good. All right, let's get the. Oh, there's a little bit of this gook. There's definitely gook. You're probably not going to see it, but there's some gook there. Yeah. All right, let's let it go. Do its thing. That's a nice filter. It's a little bit bigger. Not that that means anything, but yeah, I picked these up a while back. Oil filter replaces. I'll read that off to you. I got another one. Do that in a minute. I got the plug back in, or the cap, and let's start getting some oil in this. So we're going to be set up for tomorrow. We'll bring it out, and I want to wash my machine too and change its oil and put that correct filter on the transmission. All right, we're good. Just to snug it a little bit. So I want to do the same thing because we got the same oil filter. All right, let me get some oil in it, and yeah, we got the deal tomorrow to do.
The next day. $16.50, $16.80. $28.70 around there, $2,800. All right, so about 1,500 on the RPM for low. That seems about right. This is the idle jet. I don't want to go anymore. I brought it out, it dropped. I brought it in, it came up. Total RPM is going to be determined by these adjustments here, probably the spring over here. It's under 3,000 RPM. It probably could be better at 3. I'm going to want to check that. We're going to want to look at our book and see what that is. That might be fine for what he's doing, although when you start lifting up heavier things, see, it's hard to say because you want to lift something heavy with it. That's its RPM without load. It could be much higher. Mine tends to do that. Mine seems to be at the right RPM, whatever that is. We need to check that. And we also need to check it against the book. But she's running really good. Very little smoke came out. Even when I started or just now, there was this very small puff. And she's nice and hot. So I think we're okay. I'm going to get started. Oh, I'm going to get started with, something fell over. Started with washing this. I got a little plug for here. We'll get a plug for that. and I'll see if my tractor can lift it. But I want to do the oil and stuff on my tractor first. I'm getting 1680. 1680. Let's see what she revs up to. About 3350. So I got about 3350. It's about 1680 and 3350 and change. That's what I figured. See a little bit of fuel leak here. We have a problem with this carburetor. The float ball was glued on. I got to get a kit for that. I may even want to see if I can find a replacement or a used, like on eBay. So yeah, I definitely have a lot more RPM. We gotta adjust his. It's probably this spring or some adjustment in here. We'll see if we can get it closer to 3,000 at least. And that was without a load. So he needs a little bit more work. There's a lot to do on these things. It's almost never ending until you get to a certain point.